Hey, welcome back to a brand new episode of 101 Second Reviews. Today I'm going to be talking about this. Honey Boy, the brand new movie written and starring Shia LaBeouf. And in it, it's the story of him when he was young, when he was a child star, and the extremely complicated relationship he had with his father. Okay, right. Back in a second. Okay, right, Honey Boy, you know when it's coming towards the end of the year, quite simply when you get more and more kind of absorbing, deeper, far more kind of like engaging dramas come along, and this is no different to that as we move into kind of nomination season and so forth. So in this, Shia LaBeouf, who wrote this, who was encouraged to write this story about his youth when he was in rehab himself, and you see that when Lucas Hedges plays him at 22 in that situation. And it's the story of him as a young child star, which he was, and his father, who was his chaperone at the time, so paid for by the studio and so forth, and the kind of somewhat, I assume, looking at it, you could say kind of insane life they lived together. And it is just stunning filmmaking. So you have Shia playing his own father, giving a ridiculously great performance, and almost like 2019 is the year of Shia LaBeouf now, because with this and Peanut Butter Falcon, he gives two of his finest and greatest performances so far. But you also get a sense of, because he's been in the headlines for the past few years for his kind of like crazy behaviour and so forth, you kind of now, this gives context to that, gives context to the life he lived when he was a youngster. Then you've got Noah Jupe, who is stunning as the young Shia in it, who has the name, who was called Honey Boy, but also has the name in it, Otis, that he was called by his dad and so forth. That was the nickname the family had for him. And it is just, this is just glorious, independent, dramatic filmmaking. And what you have is committed actors giving stunning performances, fine direction, a script that is clearly heartfelt, dramatically thought through and delivered on the screen. It is a small film, make no doubt about that. This is a tiny film of 2019, but it is one of the absolute best, without a question. Okay, right, Honey Boy, if you can find it, go see it. Thanks very much. I'll be back again soon.